This is REVERSECAST, the only place where tearing malware apart is a weekly hobby. Pack your debugger and dive in.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode, REVERSECAST. In this episode, we have a great guy in the community. He is work from a big company, a big antivirus industry, Malicious. Our guest today is Pieter Arntz. Welcome, Pieter, to our podcast. It's an honor to have you today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be a guest on your show.
Thank you. First of all, if you can introduce yourself to our audience, to our guests, to know who you are, what's your experiences, what's your work is, and so on.
Okay. My name is Pieter Arntz. I live in the Netherlands. I've been working for Malwarebytes for 15 years. I started as a malware analyst, mainly looking at potentially unwanted programs and adware. And later I became one of the main bloggers for Malwarebytes. I've seen a lot of malware scams, campaigns, phishing campaigns, all that sort of thing. So
actually, what's the most interesting campaign that you have faced during your working in a Malwarebytes?
well, it's always the latest one. Recently I found out that people can hide JavaScript in SVG files. So that was a fun thing to go after. And one of the main things, there's so many things. Currently, I'm helping a lady who has been a victim of a scammer for 5 years. Mm-hmm. She's lost $65,000 in total. Oh. And she had to take a second job just to pay off her scammer, and almost ruined her marriage. And those are the things that really stay with you. You know, when people are get that much hurt, even if it's some stupid Nigerian prince, then that's the things that you remember.
Yeah. So actually, as Malwarebytes employee, how you are dealing with the malwares? So actually, as you know, each researchers have a different mindset, different method to handle the malware analyzing processes. So actually, what's your mindset and what's your process to handle the malware actually? Because as you know, there are dozen types of the malwares in different file extensions, PowerShell, JavaScript, HTA, maybe malicious macros. So actually, how you deal with the malwares, if we make it in a simple word?
Recently I've been focusing on JavaScript because with the introduction of AI, the obfuscation of JavaScript is something that you, as a researcher, you simply cannot de-obfuscate it anymore. You have to use AI to get it back a little. So I've been working on and it's a long way from ready, but I've been working on a script that interprets the JavaScript that I put in and then tries to extract the IOCs from it.
Yes.
So any links and files that it tries to download and where it puts them on the machine. I mean, that's all I need to know. I don't have to know how the whole JavaScript works and how they obfuscated it. It's just concentrating on the main things that you can extract from such a file, and I think that's a good mindset with any malware analysis.
So actually, I like your point, because nowadays you have to have a goals when you're conducting analyzing a malicious script. Actually, we don't. Most script researcher, most malware analysts will try to follow and learn from each liners, but actually it's a wrong side, because you just need to have a structure of the IOCs and then start reporting and documenting. Because actually, maybe there are someone have a 10 years, 12 years experience of a malware analysis, but still he doesn't know or she doesn't know assembly, maybe 25% of assembly. So actually you don't need to read each code, each line is, and it is on all of them in a perfect way.
Yes, exactly. If you can see the main structure of a file, like you would in most analysis programs, you can see how the loops are going, and then you can follow the main line, and you can forget about the rest until you see that that is important or not.
Yeah, maybe in some sites they are only dead code. They don't have any functionality in the script. The threat actor just put it into a code to misdirect your researches and investigation in some way. So actually, it's a good point that you have mentioned it. You don't need to know everything about the JavaScript. Just put your the IOCs pin of the structure to have the ability to extract the IOCs. So actually, related to the IOCs, maybe an indicator of compromise. So actually, there are many ways threat actors always trying to mimic security researcher to find dummy indicator of compromise. Maybe the fake URLs, maybe the fake CNC. If you make a scenario, for example, the threat actor imported a Covenant C2, okay, as a junk C2, okay. So I mean, of the junk, the C2 is available, but they don't have any functionality, and the agent doesn't relate to the Covenant. And in other side, we have the mythic C2 or sliver, that's a main one. So actually, how security researcher, like someone else like me, deal with this situation to be far away from the false positivists? Or don't be misdirected?
Yeah, you will have to research the things that you find. You will have to look at the URLs that you find and see what goes on there. And well, if there's a lot of them, then you will have to pull out your VM and just run it and see which one gets downloaded.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually shouldn't be your first go-to, but if I mean, that's the simplest way to find out what they're going to do.
So actually, that's why I have asked this question. So yesterday, I have wrote a blogist about the PowerShell code, PowerShell script that actually double encoded. For example, you decode the base64 in the CyberChef. It actually provide another encoded PowerShell code, and when you decode it, actually it provides a IP address that start downloading another PowerShell code. And again, this PowerShell code is encoded. So that's a multi-stage. Yeah, that's why I have asked this question, because there are maybe some beginner security researcher will be happy that they found something that interesting like an IOC, but actually it doesn't have any functionality in this communication channel between the threat actor and the victim. So actually, there are another question, because your expertise mostly in script is, there are some JavaScript malwares. So it's a pretty clear that's a JavaScript. So how victim click on it? How victim is opening it? Or it could be if you can make a collection is clear, this JavaScript, it could be used for watering hole attack, or just a normal JavaScript drop it into user to click it like a malicious document or malicious PDF.
Yeah, well, that's the benefit for the threat actor for JavaScript. They can hide it in lots of different files. They can put it in an XML file. They can put it in an SVG file.
Yeah.
They can put it on a website. I've seen threat actors that posted them on online websites. And then the JavaScript that the user opened only fetched it from that online document, which also had a very nice Google Drive link. So people don't get as suspicious as when it's malware.xyz. If you see that link, then you think, I don't know if I want to click that. But if you see Google Drive, whatever, sure, go ahead. So that's a trick that I've seen.
So actually, there are another great question. There are any way that threat actor put a malicious executable file into a compromised website when the user is visit this compromised website, sorry, automatically the executable file start downloading and executing itself, or in this case, the threat actor should have an exploit in the browser itself.
Yeah, nowadays you will need to have an exploit to pull that off. But what like you said with the PowerShell script, the encoded one, that one can download an evil exif bit by bit and put it together on your machine.
Yeah, because actually, I have seen some cases that you have visited the website, automatically executable files start downloading, but actually, as you mentioned, we need to exploit is a specific exploit in the browser to trigger the executable file and start executing, to like a drive-by download attack. I mean.
Yeah, like Google fixed a zero-day vulnerability 2 days ago, where people could go to a website and there was some kind of image file, but it wasn't really an image file. It just downloaded a spyware on the victim's computer. It was a very targeted attack, but
actually, I think it's like a recent vulnerability in Internet Explorer that it's just click on the image and the pilot start downloading and executing itself.
Yeah.
But actually, this vulnerability research and finding exploit in the browser, it takes us some time. And need a ability to have an understanding of the browser engines, how the browser is work, how they start operating, how they fetch it, the email payloaders and executing some. It's a not for beginner actually. It need a high level advanced to. Actually, as we know, the cyber campaign is not only one person. They have people for OSINT, for weaponization, for evade detection, and so on. So actually, it's not maybe only person that can do a lot of stuff only by itself.
Yeah, sure, for sure. Like the Chrome vulnerability was found by Google's tag team, so it was probably used in a very targeted attack on a very important person that I wanted to spy on. And those things are the work of APTs and state-sponsored access. So that's not something you see every day.
Actually, I have seen malwares that actually it need match a specific UID, the specific ID of the computer, then malware start running itself. And actually, but that's a sample. It's hard to find. It's hard to find. Actually, it's take a long time to find. Actually, I think threat researcher or the malware reverse engineer mostly learn from this sample than a traditional sample available from the online platforms like a Malware Bazaar, VirusTime, because actually these samples could be me and you that develop some malwares for demo, for the labs, for YouTube tutorials, and try to demonstrate the process of the analyzing an infection chain. But actually this targeted attack or custom-sized attack is specifically designed for the specific person, for specific mindset, not for randomized attack like a general info stealer is available from everywhere.
Yeah, like the attacks where they instruct people to download and run the malware themselves, with the fake captcha.
So actually, threat actors always have a different. So actually, I always have this mindset that threat actor is always one step forward than researcher, because they think out of the box. Their mindset is creative, but actually still we are trying to conducting some rules that are written for us 10 or 12 years ago. So actually one of the main issue nowadays is with pyramid of pain, pyramid of indicator of compromise, like a hash values, IPs, network artifacts, TTP tools. So what's my main issue with this pyramid actually, Pieter? that, for example, we have hashes. We have a one file. If the threat actor only insert one null byte, the hash is changed. And actually, for example, instead threat actor trying to register one domain, he can use DGA, domain generation algorithm, to generate hundred of the domains. Or for example, for IP addresses, it can use IP flux technique. Or for example, for tools, maybe let's make an example. The APT blah blah use Cobalt Strike, but actually they alter Cobalt Strike into maybe Metasploit framework, into exploit pack, or into maybe Darrow comment, or any kind of the botnet is like a blacknet. So actually, that's why we have to think creative to buy, because actually that's outdated. This technique is good, this pyramid is good, but for their own days, not for now. Because actually threat actors nowadays, they have a multi techniques and multi ways to bypass this pyramid. And actually, the one of the most hard thing nowadays, actually, we cannot indicate that this cyber campaign or cyber attack is done by, for example, IPT20 blah blah, because actually they can copy or clone this technique from the another group.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You can't decide by the tactic who's done it anymore. You have to, like they said in the old days, you have to follow the money. Who has an interest in doing this? Then you can come closer to who the threat actor actually is. The technique doesn't say that much anymore. It's so easy to copy things, and sometimes you see like threat actors that try to blame someone else.
Yeah.
They act as if they were APT 28, but in reality they are APT blah blah.
Yeah, no, that's true. So actually, I have looked at most of the ransomware groups TTPs. So actually, most of them have a same technique, but in the some of the technique is different. For example, maybe the age-based ransomware use task schedule or bootlogon as a persistence, but actually the brain blaster, something like that, use valid account to conducting the persistence. Yeah, so actually they can, and actually that's why I have said threat actor is always one step. We are one step back from the threat actors, because actually we have a MITRE framework that contain information about all of the groups. So actually, for example, APT blah blah came. Okay, let's try to look this thing group, financial threat actors group is like APTs, and clone their techniques and tactics and conducting into our cyber operation. So the security researcher, instead putting their finger on us, they go to put a finger to another group, and they are innocent. They are don't aware about the cyber operation. Yeah, that's why we have to think in out of the box, because actually there are many ways that threat actors can bypass our mindset and our techniques, our tools. Actually, there are a lot of red teamers. They are publishing our GitHub repo, how to bypass this, how to bypass this, blah blah, and so on.
Yeah, sure. And there's one thing that we can do to get maybe one step in front of them, or prevent them from getting one step ahead, and that is using, for example, like we use AI to find vulnerabilities before the cyber criminals find them. So that's one thing that we're trying to do to stay ahead, or not get them ahead better.
Yeah.
So that's, and it also, when it comes to vulnerability, helps a lot if we all use memory safe code languages. That helps a lot. I don't know if you've seen the Google has published an article about how much less vulnerabilities that were found since they started using Rust as a
Yeah,
standard
yeah,
language.
yeah. Rust is a more safer. It prevent memory leakage than C and C++.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that sort of thing helps us, well, stay safe and prevent them from finding things that they can use to exploit us.
Yeah. So actually, they are like a cat and mouse gamers. Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
cat and mouse gamers. So actually, it's some kind of a difficulties to make everything secure because actually we are human and human is make a mistakes actually make a mistakes. For example, who is writing the code is, for example, for SMB protocol and SMB services in Windows? It's a human. It's not a robot. It's not an AI. And actually, I think there are some people hate this expression. We are weakest link of the chain. We are weakest link of the chain in this because actually there are no robots click the phishing mailers. There are no robots click enable macros. There are no robots open the HTA file, PowerShell file, JavaScript file, and actually or the domain by XYZ and blah blah and so on. So actually that's why in nowadays mostly we have to make some kind of security awarenesses to our employees. So I have make a some conversation with business leaders when I travel for conferences around the world. So most of them they even think about one day they are being hit by cyber attack. So that's a last option for them. For example, like a cargo, like a maybe delivery or shipment, maybe aerospaces. They are only focused on producing software or products to get a money, but actually they don't care about being hit by a cyber attack. So actually we have seen many of the maritime aerospaces companies business hit by cyber attack that they never think about one day they are be a victim of this maybe ransomware attack.
Yeah. And it's, if you look at very popular fields like AI development, they are rushing products out the door. And later they will think, "Ooh, was that secure? or did I just open a back door for someone?" And that's frightening if you see how fast it's going and how many companies are trying to get ahead in that field. I'm sure they're all forgetting cybersecurity.
No, they don't care about it. So actually, that's they are just care about the money. And actually, when they realize, okay, your old file has been encrypted, you have to pay $1 million to get the decryption key. And some of them they will pay, but actually they don't get a decryption key. And one time I have been scammed actually in this case in my beginning journey of malware analysis. Now, one of our friends has been hit by ransomware, so we asked for decryption software, and another website they advertise we have a tools that actually can decrypt the whole files. So actually, but it's only dummy Visual Basic codes with a simple GUI and just basic encrypt extension and so on, and that doesn't work. So maybe they are if they pay a ransom and decryption software and that doesn't work. It just does the dummy ones to mimic them and scam them to pay more money.
Yeah.
So actually, I have make some conversation with one of my friend in Latin in Brazil. Actually, in Brazil, one of the most common malware is banking Trojan. Yeah. So in Netherlands or in Europe, what's the most more common malwares variant? Maybe in your country, actually,
Oh boy, that's a good one. Well, can I put all the scams in one heap? Because then it will be scams or phishing. I think I get about 3 or 4 messages each day on X about investment scams, romance scams. Where can I buy luxury goods for free?
Oh my God.
How do I make $600 a day? If any of them was true, I would be so rich.
So actually, the main question is in India. That's one of the main issue. I in one of the restaurant in airport, I have a busy to drinking something, and actually there are some people. They are front of my table. They are a little bit sad. So when I ask some questions, I have realized they have been scammed. Yeah, so actually, in my country also scamming is one of the most common ones. Fake jobs, actually working in your houses and get maybe $50, $100 each day, and finally they realize they are being scammed and all of the money has been gone. Actually, there are some people that contact me. The one of the most high prices that is $50,000. Only one person. Scam it by someone they claim to be in Singapore, but actually when I realized that they create a fake passport and fake ID by using AI to bypass KYC. Yeah, and actually, so actually that's one of the main issue in the cyber world. You cannot trust. We cannot trust what we see. Maybe that's actually.
That's
Yeah,
very
and actually,
true. Yes.
yeah, maybe there are threat actors have a great computers, powerful computers to maybe create make a deep fake videos to conducting a job interview, and actually that's work. Maybe some guys HR department. So actually sometimes instead human I will put my point into human resource as a weakest link of the company, because actually HR open the CV, they are HR open the PDF file, open the Excel file, and click enabling the macro on the Excel sheets and so on. And they don't have awareness whatsoever. Even most of them maybe they don't realize what this macro is. They just have some marketing skills, have the ability to communicate with the job seekers, doing some kind of the Zoom interview. So actually maybe they are making interview like me and you, but actually it's not me, it's a deep fake videos that maybe that's pretended to someone else to make an interview, and then open the malicious document. So actually there are one of the interest case our guests in our last episode mentioned it. There are a LinkedIn profile that prepared the operation for 1 year. Imagine 1 year just for preparation, create a fake LinkedIn profile, work, announce yourself as IT security guy for red teaming operation, for vulnerability assessment, and so on. So actually they make some contractors, make some meeting like me and you, but actually they in a final meeting they drop a malicious document, and that they don't realize it's contain a malicious macro. So actually maybe in some cases that's silent exploit. Maybe the threat actors using AI or being a specific office exploit, like a DD or like a OLE, and like maybe remote template injection that work in the modern Microsoft Office software. Because actually, that's why we have to have a great awareness to protecting ourselves, our identity in the cyberspace. Actually, it's sad to say that's the last thing we care about it. That's sometimes when I was thinking about how people click on something that mentioned make a $100 a day, how they click it.
Well, the idea behind scammers is that they slowly pull you in. They get you invested at first, maybe emotionally, and then a little bit financially, and then you want your money back, and you pay some more to get it back. And
yeah,
that's how it works.
Yeah, in my country it's like this. For example, someone is scammers contacted me. Okay, join our programs, our cryptocurrencies. So in the beginning, they just make some tops for you. Every day it provide maybe $20 every day in one of your tasks. But finally it mentioned you have to pay $1,000 to cash out your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Yeah.
There's one thing that one of these scammers on X, they always say this offer is only for people from Europe or and the US and Canada or something, or this is only for people over 18. Well, the jobs that they're offering are so simple that a kid 3 years old could do it, but they want people that have money. They're not looking to give you money, they want your money. And if you don't have any, then you're not interesting.
Yeah, actually,
So it's
there are some scammer also sending a premium or sponsored message in LinkedIn. Okay, we have a job for translation, zero experiences, every day $100, and work at your home. So actually, I believe the scammers have a dark psychology technique. They know how to make a decision. They know how to manipulate the decision making of a human mind.
Yeah, I don't know if you read my blog about I talked to a scammer and this is how it went. I talked to one of those scammers that offer fake jobs, and I had some fun with her. But then in the end, when I said who I was and that I had just occupied her all that time, she said, "You're gonna hear from my lawyer."
They have a lot. Oh my god.
just trying to convince me that their intentions were real and that they had no idea why I would think that they were a scammer. And
Yeah, sometimes it's so heartbreaking because maybe that's all the money that that person is have. That's a I have some cases like this. So actually, I am sad in one of my heart, but actually, they are nothing to do. They are nothing to do with the situation. For example, even in my country, some people will take a debt from the another person, like cousins or maybe brothers and sisters, just for joining this investment program, and finally they realize they are all the money and gone, and now he doesn't have any money, and he have to pay the debit of him brothers or him sisters. Actually, some people in my country will commit suicide. Actually, yeah, because actually they are crushed, no monies, and they don't have any job, and he don't know how to pay the money back to her friends, to him friends. They commit suicide. Is actually we have some cases like that, and actually it's a very hard. When I think about it, and we don't have anything to do with our deals actually with this incident.
yeah, some of these people are really heartless. There's also, if you mention that you lost money to a scammer and you paid Bitcoin, there will always be some commenters telling you that they can recover your funds.
Oh, so actually,
That
yes, sorry, continue.
Yeah, those are the first vultures that always show up when we post
And
something like that.
and one of the worst stuffs actually, for example, most scammers, most cyber criminals will deal with the USDT. But actually, when we contacted the USDT, they don't provide any kind of information about this ID of the maybe the receiver ID, the receiver token of the attackers. So actually, they always tell go to law enforcement. But okay, in Europe it's fine. I will contact the law enforcement. In US, in Canada, same. But actually, in country like Iraq, we don't have this permission and the ability to this task, because actually it's something that it's out of control in our country. Maybe it's fine for Europe that I'm contacting law enforcement. They maybe write a report into the USDT company and start investigation about this attacker that's scamming all of the people around the world. But actually, there are some countries, maybe like South Africa, in some Arabic countries, the government doesn't have this ability. Even maybe they don't care about you losing your money. So
I'm afraid that's the same in Europe. I can go to the police and tell them that I've lost this many cryptocurrency to that and that person, and they will write a report for my insurance, but they are not going to investigate.
And actually, one of the worst stuffs actually That's we can think about that. That's why threat actor is always one step forward than us. They use some kind of premium for numbers that's available on the internet. You can pay the for numbers on the some kind of the platforms and create a fake Telegram account, fake WhatsApp, fake Vibers, fake Signal to look like yourself legitimate. Actually, we live in the AI nowadays. We can actually create a fake profile, fake video, fake images, fake personality matrices, and so on. And that's a worst thing that we have. So actually, we are in the end of our meeting. So what is your main advice for our audience to be a great or good malware analyst in the industry and the community?
Think big and start small.
That's
I think
good.
that's the best advice.
Yeah. Think good and start small. And thanks for having you, Pieter. It's an honor to us. And if you have anything for our podcast in the end of the presentation, it's an honor to us.
Okay. Well, I was very pleased to talk to you, and it was a pleasure. So
Thank you. Have a
Take
nice
care.
time. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum.
okay,
Bye
you
bye.
too. Bye.
Bye.
This is REVERSECAST, the only place where tearing malware apart is a weekly hobby. Pack your debugger and dive in.